Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
And thanks for joining us here on this Sunday evening. I'm Jordan Smith. The level 3 evacuation orders have been downgraded to level 2. Get set for anyone living near Corkscrew Canyon Road. Here's the latest information we know so far with the new details just coming into the newsroom tonight. Anyone living within 2,000 feet of 5610 Corkscrew Canyon Road should be ready to leave. This is a fast-moving wildfire which grew to about 200 acres, burning near Highway 91 and Corkscrew Canyon Road. You can see from our sky cam up above KXY Studios that smoke billowing out in the distance. It's really sort of dissipated since this afternoon when so many were able to look in the sky and see that fire burning. But again, anyone living within a third of a mile of this fire should be ready to go with the new level 2 evacuation zones. And it's being called the Wicked Drive Fire, and we'll keep you up to date with the latest information from Stevens County Fire District 1 as crews are making progress on the ground and air support is helping out from up above. We're also tracking 2 other wildfires burning in Stevens County, which started from lightning strikes last night. On your screen here are a couple of pictures from one fire the Stevens County Fire Department is referring to as both the Deer Lake and Deer Mountain Fire. As of 3 a.m. this morning, the fire is 100% lined and wetted down, so some good news there. And that other fire is being called the Scotts Valley Fire. That fire is being monitored, but firefighters say no people or buildings are in danger. The fire district also said to be on the lookout for more potential fires started from the lightning strikes this week. Meteorologist Matt Gray joined us in studio here tonight. He's tracking smoke from these fires. Matt?
That's right. And after all the lightning last night, I guess it should not be much of a surprise that we are seeing new wildfires. And while there is some good news on this fire, this Wicked Drive fire that Jordan just updated you on here, you can still see the latest satellite pass shows us a good amount of heat. We're actually getting a hot spot here, and this is a good idea of kind of where this fire is, south of the Ford area, north of Highway 291 before you take the drive down and across the bridge to Long Lake there. So we'll keep you updated and this wildfire. But there is some more good news. As I mentioned, this was a very prominent smoke plume. We were able to get a good 3D scan of it earlier in the day on radar, but you could see over those last few scans where the smoke plume has largely dissipated to where we really can't see much of it anymore on the radar. So hopefully that means that those fire crews are making some very good progress. Now let's switch over to satellite. We got to talk about where that smoke is headed. This is a loop over the last hour. You can see smoke as far north as over the Wheeler area from that Wicked Drive fire. You could also look at Ferry County. They may be a little harder to see, but I got a couple of arrows there. One across Lake Roosevelt from Fort Spokane. Had some people send me some pictures of that wildfire and the airplanes out there fighting it. And another one near the Twin Lakes area in Ferry County. So all these producing a little bit of smoke. And when I come back, we're going to be tracking where that smoke will be headed tonight and what we could be looking at as far as air quality tomorrow morning.
All right, Matt, thanks so much. Well, it was 1 year ago today when our community was forever changed by the Oregon and Gray Road fires. Those flames tore through Medical Lake and Elk, uprooting hundreds of families and changing the lives of thousands. It became one of the most destructive natural disasters in Washington's history. The Gray Road fire sparked up near Medical Lake just after noon. DNR says it was believed to have been caused by an arching wire connector on an inland power light along Gray Road. The sparks from that light ignited the nearby grass, which led to the spread of that fire. And the Oregon Road fire burning near Elk was determined to be human-caused through spontaneous combustion just hours later. Flames from both of these fires were fueled by excessive dry fuels and fed off of the low humidity and the high winds from that day. August 18th, 2023 is a date that's seared in the mind of so many. Those wildfires torched through more than 22,000 acres of land, destroyed 366 homes, and took the lives of 2 of our community members. 1 year later, the rebuilding process remains slow and uncertain. Our Hunter Bertram has the story of one survivor named Deborah, who's still able to smile despite losing everything.
Deborah Sipe loves to grow sunflowers. And at 72 years young, she's still trying to get the hang of it.
Yeah, they're all leaning down because they're kind of, I don't know, they're hot.
Her overheated sunflowers are growing next to her temporary home.
I'm getting used to it. It's okay. It's like, what are you going to do? wait for something better, that's all.
At 72 years old, Deborah Sight is rebuilding her life from the ground up.
The original emotion was like, what the heck? How can this happen? I mean, this isn't real. I'm just going to go and evacuate, and then I will be back.
But that didn't happen. A year ago, to the day of this interview, Deborah's home, along with nearly all of her belongings, were destroyed by the Oregon Road fire, and so was her sister's.
It's one thing to lose a structure, your house. I had a big house here, but it's another thing to lose everything that's inside of it.
The property you can see around me is where Karen and Deborah have lived for nearly 50 years. And they tell me these trees used to be luscious and green, and now they're a reminder of what happened just a year ago.
But from the very beginning, I've smiled and laughed, because I figured that was important, to keep a smile within.
Even though she lost her beloved plum tree, her home, her vinyls, her sanctuary, Deborah's somehow finding joy in a time of uncertainty.
Very easy to feel sad and miss the old things, but at the same time, I have to figure, well, at least I finally got a new spatula.
What's next for Deborah and her sister? A year later, they still don't know, but they're planning to take on life a day at a time, like so many who were affected by these devastating wildfires. In Elk, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thanks for that. Just another powerful story from one of the so many families impacted by those fires. Well, switching gears here tonight, you're probably coming across artificial intelligence a lot more often these days. AI assistants can help break down information quickly and in a way for people to easily understand. But the question is it always trustworthy? 4 News Now's Derek Dice had the same question, and here's what he found.
As artificial intelligence chatbots like ChatGPT rapidly move from novelties to everyday tools, can we trust those chatbots to not spit out misleading information, or even worse, information that's downright dangerous? Technology and privacy researchers at Consumer Reports conducted some extensive experiments to find out. AI's potential is impressive, but what about its accuracy? Consumer Reports put 5 of them to the test.
To find out, we quizzed a handful of popular general-purpose AI chatbots to see if their advice on health and safety topics matched that of our experts.
How many carbon monoxide detectors do you need? CR says 1 on each level, outside each sleeping area, in the basement, and near but not inside an attached garage.
For the most part, Google Gemini got this answer nearly right, but it erred slightly when it suggested putting a carbon monoxide alarm inside an attached garage. Attached garages are usually not temperature controlled, which can damage the alarm's battery or sensor.
How to filter PFAS from tap water? CR recommends a water filtration system with the National Sanitation Foundation certification code NSF ANSI 53 and double checking that the manufacturer specifically claims that its product removes PFAS.
AI's answer lacked key details. Using Microsoft Copilot's advice, consumers may feel confident buying any activated carbon or reverse osmosis filter to eliminate PFAS in their water. However, not all filters of these kinds are designated for PFAS removal.
Can kids play with water beads? CR says absolutely not. These popular children's toys carry high risks if ingested, like bowel obstruction, blocked airways, and infections, and have led to reports of deaths and thousands of emergency room visits.
The AI's answer was dangerous and inconsistent. Meta AI failed to highlight the significant safety risks of water beads aside from a passing reference to a need for parental supervision.
Use AI as a starting point. Chatbots can be powerful time savers, but always check the source material. Consumer Reports says one way to think of AI is as an assistant. It's not an expert, so don't be afraid to ask questions more than once to compare answers. In the studio, I'm Derek Dice, 4 News Now.
Some great tips there from our Derek Dice. Thanks for that. Well, it is time to break out the inner tubes, at least while summer's still around, and do a little bit of floating. After the break here, we'll give you a bird's eye view of one of the better tubing spots in Kootenai County. Plus, tomorrow Chicago will host the Democratic National Convention. How the party is preparing. Coming up.
And we've talked a lot about warmth and smoke and wildfires today, but how about some 70s and some very not August-like weather. Well, that's in the cards for your extended forecast coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Travel for Adventures is brought to you in part by Lewis Clark Valley.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where new Sierra 1500s come with 1.9% APR plus up to $12,000 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles, and ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fred's Appliance.
Live stream KXLY+ on the 4 News Now app.
A huge part of many people's lives is debt. And it's just not something a lot of people like to talk about. A couple years ago, I was diagnosed with cancer. During the healing process, I really accrued a lot more debt, and I knew I needed to find a solution. I went into BCU full of nerves and full of fear, and they helped me immensely. I realized the personal loan was the right option for me. These days, I am healthy, I have all my finances under control, and I'm a lot less stressed.
You heard what the doctor said, right, Dad? These pain meds, they're no joke. And this, it's an opioid. They can be very addictive.
But I need my strong pain medicine.
I know, Dad, I understand. Just make sure you only take what the pharmacist said. And keep it in this locking bag from the pharmacy so it's away from the kids.
Yeah, I hear you.
I'll put this in the locking bag.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Protect the people you love from opioid misuse. Lock up your medication.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals. Step up to the all-in-one GE Profile laundry machine for just $21.98. It combines both washer and dryer functions into one sleek appliance, saving space and offering unmatched convenience. Automatically dispenses the right amount of detergent each load, and Wi-Fi connectivity allows you to control and monitor your laundry from anywhere, saving you time and effort. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Not the best sound to start your day with, is it? Your next decision should be to call Precision. Our professionally trained technicians are here to provide you with award-winning service every time, so we can get you back up and running fast. Call or book online today.
Sunday Night Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
It's our endless summer savings sales event where new Sierra 2500 HDs have 5.9% APR plus up to $6,500 off MSRP. There's never any dealer-added markups on new vehicles. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange at GMC of Riverfront Park.
4 News Now is brought to you by Global Credit Union.
All right, we're taking a look here now at the smoke plume, which is much diminished from this wildfire that we have been tracking near Ford and Long Lake. And thankfully, it does look like things are at least a little bit more under control just based on looking at the smoke plume, which was very scary looking earlier today. We're keeping an eye on several plumes of smoke across the inland northwest. This just seemed to have how it's been today. This is a photo from our friend James Johnson. There's Lake Roosevelt, right around the Fort Spokane area where the Spokane River dumps into the lake. Across the river in Ferry County, we've got this fire burning at the top of the hills you see there. Apparently, he says lots of aircraft swirling around trying to get this thing put out. It is called the 6 Mile Fire. We're keeping an eye on the smoke from that. We're keeping an eye on another fire as well, burning to the north here up the lake in the Twin Lakes area as well in Ferry County. So there they are, 1, 2, 3. Let's track where this smoke is going to be heading as we head into tonight. So around the Colbert area into 9 Mile, some of this smoke is going to start to show up here in Chelan. I would keep the windows closed tonight as we will likely see a good amount of some thicker smoke there as well. Same goes for really the whole of Stevens County. We're going to see some of the smoke track from Kettle Falls and then down into the Chewelah area in the early hours of the morning. So by the time we are waking up, we're talking about the potential here for a long stretch here of moderate air quality along Highway 291, Highway 231, and perhaps even as far to the east and to the south as Spokane. So I would anticipate in many parts of Stevens County and in parts of Spokane County that we will wake up to moderate air quality. We'll likely see improvements later in the day, but just something to keep in mind here if you're particularly sensitive to smoke. Otherwise, another beautiful day tomorrow, a warm one as well. One of the warmer days we've had in a while. We were very, very cool throughout the week. That we popped up into the upper 80s and low 90s yesterday. We will see upper 80s again for your Monday, but that is not going to last long. Soon, temperatures like this will be considered quite warm, considering how our pattern is going. We're going to get another splash of cool air coming down, but also a chance for some wet weather during the back end of the week. Another low will park off the coast. That brought us some of those thunderstorms that we saw on Saturday night. Well, we'll have another chance. I think Friday is the day that we're going to have to watch for winds out of the south, good amount of moisture, chance for at least some rain and perhaps a few rumbles of thunder. That may continue on into at least Saturday. By Sunday, however, I expect us to be back into warm conditions here. So, look, it all depends on the track of that low. It's likely to change, so we'll see some updates in the forecast here as time goes on, but man, you can't complain about highs in the upper 70s. That is going to feel really good this week.
It's perfect, Matt. We can't look forward to that enough, especially after how hot July and the early start of August has been. Thanks for that. Well, hey, the weather has been pretty picture perfect to break out the inner tubes and do a little bit of floating. In this week's Air 4 Adventure, we're giving you a bird's eye view of one of the best tubing spots in Kootenai County. Let's go for a ride on the Air 4 drone over the North Fork near Kingston.
Bumblebee Bridge on the Coeur d'Alene River, Kingston, Idaho. It's a great place out here to just enjoy the river and soak up some sun. It's our friend's birthday and he wants to go on a float, so we're out here floating from here down to Silver Bridge, just a nice relaxing float. Usually there's quite a bit of people up here. You go a little bit upriver, there's not as much. But yeah, it's just fun, having fun with friends.
It's a family day today, so we're gonna float it and we're gonna have a great time. Pristine, it's not too fast. It's kind of, shallow in some parts, which helps, especially because we have some kids. The most important thing is remember to park your car at the bottom so you can come back up. Key is to bring a cooler, hydrate, maybe some snacks. 100% be responsible. Yeah, be respectful with your garbage. That's the number one thing. You hate seeing people throw their beer cans in the grass. Be respectful, be kind to other people. We all want to enjoy this, keep being able to enjoy it.
A lot of people have a lot of fun on the river. We're one of the big floater takeouts for the people floating the river in the summertime. About a 3.5 mile stretch they'll put in up at Bumblebee Bridge and then float down to the campground and take out here. My brother and I bought this place just about a year ago, so we've been kind of developing it and building it out and trying to improve it since then. Family camping zone, basically, where people could float and have a good time. In my opinion, one of the most beautiful parts of Idaho, this river is just pristine and clear and just gorgeous.
To national news tonight, President Joe Biden spent the weekend putting the finishing touches of his speech together for the opening night of the Democratic National Convention in Chicago tomorrow. Tomorrow's remarks will come nearly 1 month after Biden dropped out of the presidential race and threw his support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. Harris is set to appear with Biden at the convention after he delivers his speech. Stay with us. Alex is coming right back with sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Ready to bring your dream bathroom to life? At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. This month, pay no sales tax at your local Liberty Lake or Spokane Floor & Home.
Save up to 30% off your bathroom remodel with your home improvement company. Whether you need a complete bathroom remodel or a simple tub-to-shower conversion, we can complete your project in as little as a day. Our installers are trained and certified professionals, so your project will be done right the first time. Call now to get this amazing offer and enjoy 0 money down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2025. Schedule your in-home consultation today to take advantage of these great savings. Your home improvement company, where it's your home made better.
Off the clock? And you're relaxing in that old thing?
Come on, a little duct tape. It's good to go.
Well, right now, you can score amazing comfort that's built to last with savings up to 50%. during the Labor Day sale at Furniture Row. Shop today because the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. You'll also find huge savings on living, dining, bedroom, and mattresses. Or get 60 months no interest financing. The Labor Day sale on now at Furniture Row.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock Get It Today inventory in the region. Upgrade your kitchen with the spacious LG refrigerator for just $18.99 after a $100 mail-in rebate. With its innovative cooling technology and generous storage capacity, keep your food fresher for longer while enjoying the modern design that complements any kitchen decor. The Smart Thin-Q technology allows you to control your refrigerator from your smartphone. We sell appliances, only appliances.
The Great Outdoors Comedy Festival is coming to Spokane this summer. Don't miss Tom Segura.
I need to see that again. I don't know how I'm going to see it again.
Shane Gillis.
I was a little too excited. I panicked and got this haircut.
Kevin Hart.
I don't like it when people eat and sweat. Anybody going to take that food from you?
And more. August 23rd to 25th at One Spokane Stadium. Enjoy food, drinks, and comedy in the Great Outdoors. Get tickets today at GreatOutdoorsComedyFestival.com.
Ready to bring your dream bathroom to life? At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. This month, pay no sales tax at your local Liberty Lake or Spokane Floor & Home.
Well, history made in Spokane last night as the Spokane Zephyr kicked off their inaugural season in front of a capacity crowd inside One Spokane Stadium. And after 2.5 years of buildup, I'd say the organization delivered, giving the fans and the players an amazing atmosphere. But there was still a match to be played and points to be won as the Zephyr hosted Fort Lauderdale United in the second ever USL Super League match. Didn't take long to get the scoring started. In the 17th minute, Amena Ekik goes one-on-one, gets taken down to the box, setting up a penalty kick opportunity. She picks up the ball there, heads right to the line. And from there, no doubt about this one. She buries the PK, and there is your first goal in Spokane Zephyr history, puts the team up 1-0. The score would remain the same all the way into the 72nd minute, where the Zephyr trying to hold on for the 3 points, but Addie McCain has other ideas. Her chip finds the back of the net, and we're all tied at 1. But Spokane trying to make this a little late-night magic. In the final seconds, the pass inside to Sophie Braun is on the money, but she just misses the header, and the former Zag knows that goal would have meant so much to 5,000 people inside the stadium. Instead, they have to settle for the draw to open up the season, but the moment means more than just a result.
It's not just playing for a paycheck for us. It's playing to set the future of women's soccer for those youth players and taking it on to set a legacy for them. And so they were inspired. We've all been inspired by somebody out on the field at one time to make us want to be involved in the game, and they wanted to make sure they did that and honored that tonight, which I thought they did. They left everything out there for us tonight.
Looking out and seeing the bleachers packed and everybody cheering and knowing our names and rooting for us is so special, and I know something that will probably shock me in every game.
Now, the Zephyr will have the next couple of weeks off before returning to One Spokane Stadium to face off against Brooklyn FC for the first time. Switching over to another kind of football, the Washington State Cougars wrapped up their fall camp last evening with a second scrimmage, and headed into this one, the focus was entirely on the quarterbacks, as either Zevi Eckhouse or John Mateer will be named the starter tomorrow. But this was a scrimmage both players would probably like to have back, as turnovers plagued the offense, and head coach Jake Dickert admitted it was not their night.
Both of them turned the ball over tonight, especially in the red zone. We've been emphasizing that, so we'll kind of see what the tape says, but it's going to be a body of work all the way from the spring through now. We're going to make a really confident decision, feel comfortable doing that, and those guys will lead our team to success.
Meanwhile, in Cheney, the Eastern Washington Eagles finally went through their first scrimmage of fall camp after 18 days. Now, while the players say there's not a whole lot of difference between a regular practice and a scrimmage, this did allow the coaches to mix and match a lot of lineups. And we also saw a heavy rotation of the quarterbacks this afternoon, as presumptive starter Keikoa Viceparis was limited. But with a week and a half to go before the season opener, this squad feels like they're in that perfect spot.
I'm never satisfied, but I think what we've shown up to this point, we've been thoroughly
excited, not surprised. Obviously, with the conditions today, with some of the guys in and out and playing different quarterbacks, playing different personnels, it's not going to be as smooth as you want it to.
I just really feel like all of these are just quizzes to us, and really just trying to see how we could do there. But the real test will ultimately come on Saturdays.
Now, the Eagles will go through one more scrimmage on Wednesday afternoon, but that season opener against Monmouth on August 29th is quickly approaching. 4 News Now. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Floor & Home by Carpet One.
Whether you're hauling your boat to the lake or a team full of soccer players,
Perfection Tire carries a full line of Cooper tires with advanced safety features, warranties, and competitive pricing.
Nobody beats perfection.
You'll find horseshoes and buckaroos at this year's Sanders County Fair and Rodeo in Plains, Montana, Labor Day weekend. Bring the whole family for the best country fair around right here on the scenic Clark Fork River, where admission is always free. The Sanders County Fair has tasty food, creative displays, 4-H animals, a wonderful carnival, exciting rodeo action, the carnage at the Clark Fork Demo Derby, and a Wednesday night concert featuring Butte native Levi Blum. Plan to make great family memories on the greenest grass in Montana, Labor Day weekend at the Sanders County Fair and Rodeo in Plains.
Our story began with my dad becoming forgetful, that then morphed into an Alzheimer's diagnosis. And at the same time, my mom had Parkinson's. I want the best for my parents because they wanted the best for me. I think if I had walk hairs, I would have had a different reality. There's a little less pressure, a lot less fear. Walk hairs and your ability to take it to another state is huge.
This is not any flooring store. This is Carpet Barn. Unleash the luxury with the newest trends in flooring. Guess what? Carpet Barn has blowout prices that will leave you floored. That's not all. Enjoy free delivery and free quotes to kickstart your home transformation. At Carpet Barn, we're not just selling flooring, we're delivering comfort and style right to your doorstep. Upgrade your space today. You and your floors deserve the best.
Carpet Barn, where quality meets affordability.
At Northwest Window and Door, we've got everything you need. Whether you're building a new home or replacing windows and doors in your current home, visit us online at nwwindow.com to set up an appointment with a friendly, knowledgeable salesperson.
Whether you're going on a long trip or just your daily commute,
Perfection Tire's certified techs are your trusted resource for efficient, cost-effective repairs and routine maintenance.
Nobody beats perfection.
All right, folks, so another warm day tomorrow, but then things really start to cool down. We'll even see our rain chances creep up as we head into the back end of the week. And after all the fire activity today, Lord knows we need the rain.
Yep, and there's even more fire activity. We just saw reports of another fire burning near cul-de-sac tonight. It's a 40-acre wheat field fire. We're just waiting to learn a little bit more on the situation, but we'll keep you updated throughout the night. We'll see you tonight at 11.